it dies. And, and I'm told it dies. That's what the engineers have told me. So you have also urbanization. Rapid urbanization is happening. Across the country, when Kura was established, it was always expected to be Nairobi, Mombasa, maybe Kisumu, and a few towns in the country. Now every county has about 3 or 4 or 5 urban roads that have major demand across the country. And Kenyans are saying, you know, this is a city. Why do you have Maram in this town? Why do you still have Maram in this town? Where is the government? Why is the government not doing it? These roads, we can only be able to do them if we have properly resources that have been raised to do so. And then, of course, the worst part of it is climate change and the effects. The rains of December, end of 2023, destroyed our roads. Before we recovered, the rains of February this year, all the way to April, destroyed even further. We've done our assessment recently. The total amount needed to maintain those roads, one-off, is 37 billion. Not to mention now the annual maintenance of the roads. Ladies and gentlemen, our country requires a properly maintained roads. The deficit of the money and you are given that is required to do these roads. At the moment, it's projected that we are going to raise in the year 2024-2025 79 billion from the road maintenance levy current. But the demands of the same period is 157 billion. So it's like half. What does that mean? It means that we require an extra 78 billion in the next financial year on top of it for us to at least maintain the roads. This is maintenance. This is not construction. This is not even completion of the pending roads. I'm just talking about maintenance of our existing roads. As such, we need to find a place to raise these resources. You are in your family, you are at home, your children have to eat, you have to do your budget well based on the salaries that you receive. You have to ask yourself what are the basic and essential needs. So perhaps you take care of the stomach first, because that can bring chaos, you know. And then you move kidogo to shelter. So you make sure that you have a room and something, and then clothes will follow. Maybe a blanket is important, and then something of that sort. This is where we are at the moment as a country. Even as we sit now, we are trying to see where do you patch here and there and there. And by the way, the people of Kenya are justified to demand better roads because they are used to good things and they believe that government must be able to do good things. But the same good things that we want to deliver demands us to finance with certain resources. We have suffered the finance bill and suffered 349 billion. We come to maintenance now, we're asking ourselves, how can you raise the maintenance levy to make it close? Because the 7 shillings we are proposing will bring us to 115. Yeah, so you are still far away from what you require, which is 157. But at least when you move closer, you're able to save some of the roads. Our plan is this. Most of the roads that were, like I told you earlier, Maroro, Isiara, and others across the country that have really been worn out, our target is that in the next, if we are able to raise the resources in the next 1 year, we should be able to restore those roads immediately. Otherwise, we'll lose them completely. And I can give you an example. This Imaroro, Isiara is how many kilometers, Kandia? Almost 80 kilometers. Yeah, I remember. Almost 80 kilometers. Those 80 kilometers, it was constructed using about 3.5 to 4 billion that time of the resource of that time, because about 40 million per kilometer. So you are talking about 3 billion, almost 3 billion was used. Do we as Kenyans want to lose the 3 billion put on a road in Kajiado, in Maroro, Isiara, 10 years ago, less than 10 years ago? Yeah? We lose all of it, or we would rather now maintain it by raising 200 million or 300 million that will restore the road and give us also the usage of that facility for the next few years. This is the real conversation. And I think, and I just want to say with utmost respect, that the conversation that is going